homeless man comes up to me, this time he said, "Can I have $1?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I can't give you money." And again, I was judging, "But I can get you whatever you want from whatever you want to eat." He said, "No, I just really want $1." I said, "Sorry, I can't give you money." And he saw that I wasn't going to give him anything, so he went to the next table. The next table was another homeless man. The first homeless man asked the other homeless man, "Can I have $1?" You know what he did? Without thinking, he gave him $1. I said, "God forgive me. God forgive me. I was judging him." Another homeless man gave him $1, and I didn't give him $1. Sometimes I get asked that, well, should we give money to homeless people? And oftentimes we don't want, yes, we judge, and maybe that person is doing drugs. But then I started thinking, like, well, how many times has God given me money and I used it for the wrong? Every day, right? How many things have we bought that we wasted, right? We waste money all the time. But does God still give me money? Yes, he still gives me money. Even things that I've used it in the wrong or I've wasted, yes, he still gives me. Who am I to say no? And then what if by me giving him $1, maybe that saved him from doing something really bad? Like doing something bad to get $1, right? So don't judge. Don't judge anyone. And how you want God to deal with you, deal with others.
In a village deep within the rainforest, a tribe of about 150 people gathered weekly for generations. Their leader, revered for his wisdom, listened patiently as they shared their burdens and sought his guidance. One day, as familiar complaints echoed through the circle, the leader told a joke. The tribe erupted in laughter. But then, after the laughter stopped, the leader repeated the joke. Some people chuckled, a bit surprised, but then again, he told it a third time. Silence, unease. Finally, a tribesman asked, "Why did you tell the same joke again?" After a moment of silence, the leader rose and said, "So you can't laugh more than twice at the same joke, but you can cry about the same problems week after week for years?" So many of us are trapped in a cycle of negativity. We endure the same negative situations and actions for years, while all the while minimizing and overlooking life's moments of joy as if they don't even matter. A man that works at a factory is pushing a wheelbarrow with a small box inside of it. As he goes through security, the security guard stops him and says, "What do you have in that box?" The man says, "Inside, we cut a bunch of wood and sawdust has accumulated all over the floor. I used the sawdust at home, so I packed it inside of this little box." The security guard asked him to open the box and inspected it to find that indeed it was full of sawdust. This went on for nearly a week until finally the security guard stopped him and said, "Okay, I know you're stealing something, but I just can't figure it out. If you could just tell me, I won't stop you again and I won't tell anyone." The worker said, "Okay, I'm stealing wheelbarrows." Many of us are so preoccupied with the packages in life that we miss the bigger picture that's right in front of us. Very rarely, what's directly in front of us is what's actually happening. Nearly every event, sentence, deal, or problem is happening to the peripheral of or in a small nuance of what is being said or done. Stop looking for the packages and begin looking for all of the wheelbarrows in life.
So my kid's mom called me this morning and asked me if I could give her $300 to help her out with rent. And we haven't dated since 2015, so I don't normally do this kind of thing like ever. I just told her I needed a little bit to think about it and I would call her back. And before I had a chance to call her back, her sister called me. Her sister tells me that she doesn't actually need the money for rent, and she's trying to get her new boyfriend out of jail because she wanted to be able to be close to him for his birthday. I decided to call her anyway. I told her, come get the money. She came, she picked up the money. And about 2 hours later, I get a call from the county jail and I accept the charges, and it's her, and she's screaming and she's cussing and she's crying and she wants to know why I gave her counterfeit money. And I told her she wanted to be close to her boyfriend for his birthday, and so happy birthday.
What's the advice you give to your younger self?
Spend less time with their kids.
Spend less?
Less time with their kids. They just waste your time.
I can't believe a father would say spend less time with your kids.
No, dickheads.
What's he say?
Dickheads.
Dickheads!
I'm now 12 or 13 or something. Forrest Gump comes out. You know, about halfway through the movie, he's sitting on this park bench waiting for the bus to go see Jenny for the first time in many years. And then the lady on the bench is like, "Oh, you're just trying to go there. You can go there right now." And he runs over there and he runs to Jenny's place. And, you know, there's Jenny. And there's no bitterness with him. Like, this is the love of his life. And she literally left him. And like all of these various
in a brutal
things,
way.
In a brutal way. He looks and there's, you know, Jenny's son watching Sesame Street. And he's like, "You got a son?" And she's like, yeah, that's my son. His name is Forrest. He goes, "Well, that's my name." And she goes, "I know. I named him after his daddy." And then there's this moment where he looks at little Forrest and he puts together that this is his son. And like for the first time in the movie, you really start to see Forrest break down and cry. Oh, it makes me emotional every single time I even talk about it. And then he looks at her and he goes, is he like me? And he's afraid. And in that moment, y'all, we as an audience have just sat through him being ridiculed and berated and made fun of and insulted for hours, and him just seemingly oblivious to it. But in that moment, they're telling you like, oh, no, he's known all along. He knows exactly who he is. And he's known exactly why everybody treats him like garbage. And he loves them anyway. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't stop crying because I wanted him to be real. I wanted there to be an example of such a wonderful human being in the world.